It's the ownage, bitches. Today we're going to be taking a look at the JXD-S7800b. The JXD-7800b is an Android tablet device made in China that features real physical controls. The device comes preloaded with Android 4.22, but I managed to get 4.4.4 running. The device features a Rockchip 3188 quad-core 1.6 GHz processor and 2 GB of DDR3 RAM. The screen size is a large 7-inch 1280 by 800 display. The device comes with 8 GB of internal storage and can be upgraded using the micro SD card slot. The device has 2 control sticks, 1 directional pad, 4 main face buttons like your A, B, X, and Y, 4 shoulder buttons, and 6 smaller menu buttons for home, back, select, and other additional options. Volume buttons are on the right, and the power button is on the left. The device also has a mini HDMI port so you can play your games on a big screen TV. An additional cable will be required as the device does not come with a mini HDMI to HDMI cable. The device also has a headphone port, micro USB port, and a charging port. Yes, they are separate. More on that later in the video. I paid about $150 for this device with free shipping from the official JXD website. Is it worth the price? Well, that's what we're here to find out. I grew up in the 90s playing video games that had real physical controls. I'm not a fan of mobile gaming one bit because the games cater to a casual audience and touchscreen controls are an inaccurate way to enjoy video games. Now, games that use simple touchscreen controls are fine, but when you have a game that requires the use of both hands at the same time, it's easy to forget where your hands are on the screen. This device is targeted towards gamers who want to play Android tablet style games with physical controls, or emulate older retro games for an all-in-one on-the-go convenience. I currently have installed MAME, N64, Super Nintendo, Original Nintendo, and Famicom, as well as the PlayStation 1. Each emulator allows you to configure your controls just how you like it. I found no issues running all the games that I tried for the original Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and MAME. Many N64 games do not run properly on this device. It is a fact that N64 emulation isn't perfect, and even on a high-powered desktop computer there are still issues. Some games do run, but don't buy this device if you primarily want to emulate N64 games. This device is basically an Android tablet, so you can do other things other than play video games. I found no issues browsing the web, playing music, or watching videos. The built-in speakers provide average sound quality, as does the headphone jack. Just a warning though, don't use the included handset. It's bad. Overall, the device operates as advertised, but there are some flaws. The control sticks don't grip as much as they should. Sometimes my thumb slides off if I'm not careful. The back of the device has a rounded mold that helps grip your hands, but wobbles if you set it on a table and start touching the screen. This can get annoying if it's on a table and you're browsing the web. Charging the device is kind of strange, as it uses one of those old school rounded plugs instead of getting power through the micro USB port. I managed to solve this problem by buying an additional cable from a cheap Chinese website that converts the rounded plug to a standard USB. This was especially helpful since I have one of those USB charging battery banks. The included AC charger looks kind of cheap, and I wouldn't trust keeping it plugged in unattended. The battery life of this device is good, but it's not excellent. I managed to get about 3 hours of straight gameplay out of one battery charge. This isn't really a big deal for me, since when I'm on the go, I use a battery bank as a charger. I was also able to charge my device on an airplane that had USB plugs.
You can spit pretty far, Spyro! See if you can spit all the way to that lizard!
I did want to mention that this device has front and rear facing cameras, but the picture quality is bad. Since this is a gaming device, you shouldn't need to use the camera, but it might be useful if you needed to use Skype. Would I recommend the JXD-S7800b? Well, that's a tough question, as there are many options for emulating retro games on the go. Another option I looked at before buying this device was getting a Bluetooth controller that also holds your phone. That wasn't the best choice for me, as my phone screen size is too small, but that might be an option if you have a larger phone such as the Note 4. I personally think $150 is too much for what you get here. If the quality of the device was a bit higher, I could recommend it at this price point. If you can get one for around $100, I'd say it's a decent deal. Those are just my thoughts on the JXD-S7800b tablet gaming device. I hope that you found this video useful, and we'll see you next time.